Hello everyone, it's Raz from the Semi-Retired Samurai once again. And so today I want to talk to you about the three types of income that we earn and the one income source that finally gave me the financial freedom to own my time and to enjoy my time. So the first one is earned income, and that is income that you basically trade your time for money. And this particular one is the one that most people are at. And it's the one where your freedom is very limited because your company controls how much you make, they control your time, when to show up, and so forth. So it is very limiting if you're in this situation. And this is where a lot of people get stuck on this revolving hamster treadmill. And one thing I disliked about this particular source of income and forced me to get out early was the fact of office politics as well. Now, when I was a kid, my parents used to say to me, "Go to school, son, and do good in school and get good grades, get a good job, and work hard for your employer, and they will recognize your hard work, and they will take care of you." So I thought, wow, okay, well that seems right, but when I got into the workforce, I found out that this was very far from the truth. And one of the things was office politics. And I'm sure many of you have gone through that where you have put into work, you've put into extra time, and that coworker that sits across from you does less work, but because he's on the boss's good side and knows how to play the political game, he gets the promotion or he gets the raise or he gets the bonus at the end of the year. One of the things that I encountered when I was in my 20s was something that was, at the time, for me was very hurtful, but at the time it also made me realize how much I hated being controlled by other people determining my destiny. I was working for this one corporation, and I was hired on because I had a boss there that needed help, and they finally got the person to come in, which was me, to help ease the burden off of her. Now, every year the staff gets bonuses, and this one year I got a bonus check, and I found out later on that someone else in the company who did a lesser job and didn't put in the overtime like I did got more, actually probably double the amount that I got as a bonus. I was very upset, and I brought this to the attention to one of the managers who was nice enough to see the value in my work, and he pulled out of his pocket to give me a little bit extra to make up for it. But what was surprising about it was my boss, who needed the help from me and I thought would have my back. But instead, she turned around and gave me a talking to, and said that if I complain again, this will hurt everyone's bonuses next year. And I was really taken back by it because I thought that someone like my boss would stand behind me and fight for me. But I realized at that time a valuable lesson that everyone, in the end, most people are for themselves and they only care about themselves. And for me, I came to the conclusion that there's no way I can continue going on with this, where I go work for somebody and they're going to control what I make, when I can take holidays, and how much I can make as an individual. And that was probably the first hard lesson I learned at the age of 28. And I realized how naive I was. And the thought of spending the next 35 years working for somebody and possibly going through this type of disappointment again, I wasn't willing to take that risk. And so I started to think about other options on how I can make more money and be free at the same time. And that brings me on to the second source of income, which is investment income. This is the one where a lot of people talk about saving, putting into their 401k or their RSP if you're in Canada, or investing into an EFT, which is great. If you invest early, you can let compound interest do the work, and you will end up with quite a sizable investment portfolio if you give it time to compound. Now, the problem with this particular one is you save till, let's say, 65, and then you retire and you live off, let's say, 4% off your investment portfolio. Now, I guess the worry for me, in my opinion, is I don't really have a consistent income source coming in all the time now. Whereas before, I knew if you went to work, you knew that you were going to receive this paycheck and a certain amount of money. And now, my fear would always be like, what's going to happen to the markets? Let's say we have a few years where the market is doing really, really bad, and now I have to withdraw to live, and the principal is going to get drawn down even faster. So those are the things that I would worry about if I just relied totally on investment income. Now, maybe for a lot of people, this isn't a big deal, but for myself, for peace of mind, I like to have peace of mind. And I feel that this way is great for as something as a backup, and also to give you that other source of passive income. But it brings me to number 3, and that is building a cash flow system. And that is the one I want to talk about next. And this is the one that really, really, how should I say, really accelerated my growth to having an independent life and a life of freedom. And I think everyone, I try to get everyone to think about doing this. And it's amazing how so many of us, so many people I've talked to, they complain that they don't have the money to go to places, to enjoy to take their family on vacation, or they complain about that they don't have the money to do certain things. But when I give them suggestions on online source of income, they don't take action. For example, I spoke to one person who was a teacher, and they came up to me and they said that they were not getting as much work because they're on call and they're cutting down the hours this year. So I said, well, here's some websites that you can go to. You can apply to them. It's very quick, and you can tutor or teach online. I came back probably about a week later, and I asked them, how's the process going? And they partially filled out an application for one site. The other ones they haven't looked at yet. I didn't say anything because everyone, has their own way. For me, I thought to myself, well, if you're hurting, then wouldn't you do everything possible to change your circumstances? For me, I'm always been a doer, and when I need to take action, I will take action. And I find it really strange that when I try to help other people or give them some sort of nudge and advice and lead them to the water, let's say, they don't want to take a drink out of it. And I think having a cash flow system is so important and in a way liberating, because for me, I have my investments, I have my businesses, but I'm always looking at online businesses that I can start to to grow my passive income so that I can have a peace of mind and enjoy my life. And it doesn't have to be like making lots of money, like, millions, or even tens of thousands passively. If it can generate me $1,000 per month, $2,000, well, that's enough to pay for a lot of things, my groceries, all these things, to spending on travel or even weekend trips. It goes a long way. And if you just do it once and you don't have to put it so much time into it, that frees up your time to do other things, isn't it worth it? And I want you to think about all the types of online businesses you could start. You can look into research AI businesses, which is really huge now. Online courses, which is what I've done before. What else? A YouTube channel. Just start filming. I mean, I started this one, and I truly believe that it's going to grow to a good number of subscribers in the end, and I plan to monetize this channel. Well, what else you could do? I've done books, okay, Amazon books, KDP, you name it. So all those things, and try to. My advice is, if you're gonna do it, then stick to one that you're gonna do really, really well. I think the problem with a lot of people start off, and I've been guilty of this, is you jump around from shiny object to shiny object. And for me, I decided that I enjoy YouTube, and YouTube is going to be my focus. And also, I enjoy starting software business. So that's one of the other ones I've been working on as well. It's new territory for me, but I find it fascinating that I'm learning and acquiring new skills. And there's when you complete something and you get that first payment from someone, you think to yourself, wow, this actually works. And what if I can scale this up 10 times, 100 times? What would it be like? And that's what fascinates me. And also the fact that you don't feel like you're stuck in one place. You're constantly evolving, learning new stuff, and actually meeting new people. When I started my online course, I met so many people from around the world. And what was nice about it was receiving emails from people around the world on how much my content has helped them. And they would send me pictures and everything. It was really, really, really cool. And fortunately, I've gotten back into it and now going full steam with this whole thing. And I hope that this inspires you to do the same thing as well. And if you found this content inspiring and helpful, please like and subscribe and check out my next videos. Okay, talk to you soon. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.